Good morning, everyone. Trust you're off to a decent morning. I got my cup of tea going here. Definitely needing it this morning. And winter has appeared. All you snow lovers out there, you should be happy. I'm going to be going out in a bit to get that driveway all cleared up and help out some folks around the neighborhood. So that's why I'm on a little bit earlier this morning. And the temperatures are supposed to get dropping off on us. So you want to get all that snow out of their driveway before it freezes, because it sounds like a week of really cold weather. A week of all of us questioning, should we live in Canada? Maybe some of us will think that anyway. But at any rate, it is what it is. And I'm thankful for we're seeing that little bit incremental change of longer daylight, so that's great, and I'm thankful for that. And it's only 66 days till spring. Yeah, can't wait. Last time I was on Facebook, which was back in, I guess it was November, I had talked about Israel and her right to the land of promise. I also mentioned that Israel is still looking for the Messiah. They rejected Jesus Christ when he came many, many years ago. And one day during the tribulation, Israel will turn to him. They will accept him as their Messiah. So that's kind of information we built on. And if you watched any news or read any newspapers or articles online, you know there's been a conflict in the Middle East for a very long time. That's not new news. That's been ongoing for a long time. And it's only actually gotten worse since 1948, when the nation of Israel was reborn. And we just see incremental, actually more than incremental, it's a lot of worse activity, conflict, invasions, and things of that nature. Since Israel's rebirth, there's been claims made by Muslims that Allah gave the promised land to the Muslim people. They claim the Bible once taught, but over the centuries, the Jewish had taught that the land of Israel, or the land of promise, was for them. But over the centuries, the Jewish and Christians defiled and corrupted the scriptures, so that the Bible is no longer reliable. It has too many untruths. So I have a big problem with that. And I believe the Word of God to be the Word of God. God protects his word. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1, now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee, and I'll make thee a great nation. I will bless thee. I will make thy name great. Thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. In thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. So they're claiming Jews inserted many things into the Old Testament to benefit them. They claim that the land is theirs from the true heirs of promise made to Abraham through Ishmael. Now, Ishmael's in the Bible. You'll find them, and they view Ishmael as an ancestor of several Arab tribes. And they said that the Jews went in and changed names to Isaac and so forth. They inserted that. So that claim is that the scriptures were corrupted by Muhammad's time. Okay, so Muhammad died in 632 BC or thereabouts. So by the 6th century, there was a lot of Bibles. Okay, the Word of God had been put together. Okay, by 632 BC. So, and around the world, it wouldn't just be the locale of the Middle East. To successfully corrupt all of them, you would have to gather them and then change them. And by that time, the Bible had been translated into different languages. I don't know how many, but there would have been translation work into other languages. So that's impossible. Okay. And like it or not, and there's a host of people who don't like it, the land of promise was given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. and Israel. And we looked at that the last time I did a video about the verses to each group that was given throughout the Word of God, and I believe the Word of God to be true. All right, so that it settles it for me. And we have witnessed resentment towards Israel. Actually, resentment's not a strong enough word. I mean, there's numerous countries and groups who want to see Israel wiped off the map. So that's hatred. That's not resentment. All right. So you might have heard this next term, and it's one that you probably heard in the news: Islamic Fatah. Okay. I know I heard that phrase lots of times growing up, and I really didn't understand it until recently when I started, like, what does that mean? And so this Islamics view the entire existence as oh my goodness, it's too early in the morning to be talking. So in this Fatah, Islamics are saying the entire existence of Israel is an aggression. Okay, it shouldn't be happening. To them, the settlement in the land was wrong, settlement by Israel, the Jewish people. So they openly say the Jews have no right to return. So following the logic of the Fatah and the Jihad, any territory that was at some time under Islamic authority cannot be reverted back to a non-Islamic authority. So the land must go back to Muslims, and Muslims won't rest until this occurs. So that's the idea of the Fatah. So I'm pretty sure you've heard that because, again, it's been on the news lots of times over the years. So there's all kinds of different outlooks, philosophies, viewpoints about what's happening in the Middle East and the conflict there. So I want to mention a number of them. So first of all, there's a outlook called Zionism, and it gets its name from Mount Zion. Okay, so it's not hard to figure it out. It has the goal of reestablishing the Jewish ancestral homeland. You might have heard of groups who are anti-Zionists. Okay, I know of churches that are anti-Zionist. So what is an anti-Zionist? So they are not looking to eradicate Jews, but what they're against is Israel having her own homeland. Okay, so I'm a Christian who supports the right of the Jewish people to return to the land and have an established and independent state. So I will be labeled as a Christian Zionist. Okay, that's fine. You can label me any way you want. But that's the idea, is that they want to return to their home. All right. And then there's another this is a massive block, and it's called Arab nationalism. All right. So this is a movement that seeks to unify Arab people through their culture, through their language. And this is a secular movement. This is not brought about because of a religious group. This is secular. So there's over 20. I did not know this until this week as I was studying this out. There's over 20 different Arab countries. So Algeria, Egypt, Iraq, Morocco, Saudi Arabia. That's just to mention a few of them. Okay, so the total population of the Arab world and Arab people as of 2022 was 464 million. I mean, that's a big population. So just a couple things about Arabs. It just helps you understand what's happening and what's not happening. So in Arab, the Arab language, Arab means inhabitant of the desert. A definition of Arab is a member of a Semitic people originally from the Arabian Peninsula and surrounding territories who speak Arabic. Okay, and this movement seeks to see the end of Western influence in the Middle East, and they view Israel as a problem. Okay, and it must be removed. Now, many Arabs, so there's 464 million. Many Arabs are not Muslims, and not all Muslims are Arabs. Okay, I think it's good information for you to have to understand. More than 1.5 billion people in the world call themselves Muslim, but fewer than 15% of the Muslims in the world are Arabs. So just helps you understand, get a better picture. And in the last group, is Islamic fundamentalism. Okay, is a religious philosophy. So Arab nationalism is secular. Islamic fundamentalism is religious, that seeks the reestablish Islamic domination in the Middle East and eventually the entire world. Okay, and Israel is viewed as well, it can't be allowed in that context. Okay, and it must be pushed into the sea. Okay, that's some terminology to use, and thus destroyed. In Zechariah chapter 12, verse 2, it says, "Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of trembling and unto all the people round about." So the word trembling means reeling, staggering. If you look at the map, Israel is totally surrounded by Islamic countries, or countries that have a huge Muslim population. Okay, there's lots of reeling and staggering in the Middle East these days, isn't it? I mean, since October the 7th, we've just seen so much occurring and happening. So I hope this little bit of information will help you understand when you hear things in the news, when you're reading about Israel in the Word of God, just to help you understand better what's occurring around us. All right, so tomorrow we're looking forward to worship together at Legacy Baptist Church, Lord willing, at 9 a.m. I'll be preaching a message about having a rooted prayer life. And then at 11, Brother Marco will be opening the word for us. So we look forward to that time together, that time of fellowship. We'll make sure the church is nice and warm. We'll have the coffee going. So we'll look forward to that time. I enjoy our church. I enjoy that night. I enjoy that time together, fellowship in between services and then our 11 o'clock service. So I really hope you'll be there. Have a wonderful day, folks. Get that snow moved, or it's going to freeze on you, and you aren't going to have a great afternoon. I hope to see you at church tomorrow, and I really hope in 2024 that being in church with your family will be a priority. You'll be there. It's great that we have church online. Last week I was down with the flu. I was happy to be able to participate in that way, but it is not the same as being in church with your family and then worshiping together corporately with the church family. So I hope that'll be your priority in 2024. Take care. God bless, and hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.